Welcome to my channel. I am Cynthia Kane, best-selling author of How to Communicate Like a Buddhist, Talk to Yourself Like a Buddhist, and How to Meditate Like a Buddhist, and the founder of the Kane Intentional Communication Institute. I help people enhance their lives and relationships by teaching them how to speak in a kind, honest, and helpful way. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to quiet the negative self-talk. So we all have these voices in our heads that let us know how, they really just let us know that we aren't doing things well, or they let us know that we can't do things, or they tell us that it's not possible for me to go after that position because I don't have enough experience. I will never be able to have enough money to buy a home. I will not ever look like that. Whatever the language is in our heads, negative self-talk really, what it comes down to from in this context is anything that creates more suffering in your life. So when you start to notice the way that you're talking to yourself, really what you're starting to pay attention to is any type of language that you're using that is making you feel bad, right? Which is making you feel less than, which is making you feel uncomfortable in any way. So how do we quiet this negative self-talk? First off, before I get into it, I just want to say negative self-talk is not bad, right? We have a tendency to label things as good or bad. Negative self-talk is not good or bad. Most anything is not good or bad. It just is. So with negative self-talk, what is wonderful about negative self-talk is that when you start to notice yourself speaking in this way to yourself, that is a great position to be in, because then you have this cue that's pretty much telling you, okay, here you are. You're talking to yourself in a way that does not feel good. You're talking to yourself in a way that is creating more of this feeling of scarcity, or more of this feeling of lack, or more of this feeling that you can't do this, or it's not going to work out, or the worry, right? Worry can be negative self-talk too. The way that we talk to ourselves about our relationships, the way that we talk to ourselves about our friendships, our family, all of it can be in a way that makes us feel worse when we focus on the things that we don't have or that aren't working, right? So the great thing about negative self-talk is that it's your cue to know that it is leading you in a direction that does not feel good. So you get the opportunity, once you start to see it, to make a change, to shift that. Not so much so that you're moving into like your biggest fan or your biggest cheerleader, but so that you're starting to move into really reality, right? You're really starting to see the truth, and you're starting to move more into a way of seeing yourself that is objective. Okay, so how do you begin to quiet the negative self-talk? First, foremost, pay attention, listen to your language, listen to how you are speaking to yourself. So in the moments where you are stressed out, in the moments where you are overwhelmed, that is a really good time to start to pay attention to the way that you're talking to yourself, right? Sometimes it's easier to hear it. So first you want to start to pay attention to the language that you're using. What stories really are you telling yourself that are making you feel worse? Okay. And then once you're familiar with seeing it and paying attention to it, then that's really when you get to, you have this opportunity to come out and say to yourself, oh, wow, gosh, I see that you are really feeling this way, and I see that you are really worried about this, and I see that, you're telling yourself this story that is making things more difficult for you. I'm just going to see if I can wrap my arms around you, give you a big hug, and say, you've got this, we've got this, we're doing this, we're going to choose a different direction right now. We're going to move more towards that which feels better for us. And so basically what you are doing in that moment is you are seeing the negative self-talk, you are seeing what is causing you more suffering, and you are acknowledging it, and you're soothing yourself, and you're coming in and you're saying to yourself, I got you. I understand how you're feeling right now. And here now we get this opportunity. We get this opportunity now to maybe see if there's a way that we can nurture ourselves more or love ourselves more. And what would it look like in this moment if I was kinder to myself, if I was more helpful to myself? Can I be kind to myself right now? Can I be more helpful? What type of language would that look like? So that's one way that you can, start to really quiet the negative self-talk. It's not ever going to go away. It will still be there, but really what you want to start to pay attention to is changing your relationship to it. And this is really the place to start, to really start to see it and give it a big hug, embrace it, and let it know that, right now you're going to see what it would be like if you could be more kind to yourself and more helpful. All right, I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, let me know in the comments what you think. If you start to practice it, let me know how it goes. And if you like the content, definitely subscribe.